Oh, you muted me, motherfucker. Oh, you want to
How the hell?
you want to throw? We want to throw my march on there, hon, and cut me out. Happy Friday, dude.
There we go. Happy Friday.
Throwing that cadence, that sing song back in there. I like that stuff, man.
Yeah,
we
it's
might
cool,
keep
dude.
that every once in a while.
It's cool. It's
Not
cool.
our traditional intro, but we did that for Staff Sergeant Nichols.
I like it.
It's just cool, man. I don't know if everybody else thinks it's cool. It hits me a certain way when I get to hear that. But happy Friday, man. I feel like it's our first actual fall Friday.
It is, dude.
Little chilly.
Yeah, yeah.
Got you a new hoodie. I see that.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
I think it's badass.
Nothing to see here. Just a normal hoodie.
Just a normal hoodie with
That's
a
right.
motherfucking staccato tucked in it that wants to murder you. I mean,
right.
defend itself against evil and shoot you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Not murder. We don't
right.
do that around here, man.
That's awesome.
We're just gonna give a shout out to. So we got this new hoodie, right? Really cool. Really cool for carrying concealed in the front.
Yeah.
There's like a zipper at the bottom inside, right, where you put your hands, and you can just literally grab your concealed or something else.
That's right. That's
Right, but hopefully it's your pistol.
Yep.
Really cool. Well, I can't remember the name. We're not sponsored by them, but really cool hoodie, dude. Quality hoodie.
Yeah, it's sweet.
And we actually tried it, right?
Yeah.
Like, and it works.
And the idea is you find yourself in a potential precarious position.
Sure.
You can be prepared.
You could have your hand right on
ready
your
to go.
gun
That's
and
right.
already drawn
That's right.
inside of your hoodie
Yeah, that's
before
right.
they even know what's up.
Yes.
Second shout outs to Staccato.
Yeah.
I remember the first, this is so romantic, right? Like, we don't talk guns a lot, right? Like, obviously, my background, you guys know that. But we don't talk a lot about that. But let's just get romantic. This is how romantic I am about weapons. I remember the first time I shot a Staccato.
Yeah, different, right?
It's like, Will, do you remember your first date with Kate? I'm like, fuck. Oh, that's a good one. Can I phone a friend? No? Shit. Can you eliminate 3 options on the board? Oh, but you remember the first time you shot a Staccato? Easy, right?
Nice.
We were out at Shaw's at that tier 1 site. And Taco had one.
Mm.
And I remember talking to him about it, and he was pretty familiar with the company. He knew like the owners and the guys that like made it and all that stuff. And I remember he let me shoot it, you know. And I loved it, the concept of it before I shot it, because it's like the Staccato 2011.
Mm.
So the design of it is like a 1911.
Yep.
And I'm a big 1911 45 caliber. Like, if you're a real shooter, you shoot 1911s.
Yeah.
All this tactical shit, no recoil gun, like all good. I'm not saying I'm not a fan. I'm just saying, real guys that bang guns, 1911s. And if you can't bang that gun, then we can't be friends.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how I'm just partial. So I like the concept. He just like, hey, it is a 9mm. I'm like, all right, I got it. It only holds like 21 rounds, right? Crazy. But I was like, I like the concept. It felt durable, felt great in my hand. And the designs are handmade from like a block of steel from like one dude or something, right?
Yeah.
Or at least back then they were. And they're still handmade. I remember shooting it, right? Like, cool, I'll go for 9. That's all good. I'm not necessarily like has to be 45. Don't send your comments of which caliber of bullet's better. I don't care what you think. Right? Like, but dude, I shot this thing, and just the way that it handles, like how the weight's distributed, it does not feel top heavy.
Mm-hmm.
As a pistol, how smooth it was, the recoil, my ability to like regain sight alignment, sight picture. You just shoot that gun faster, not even trying to like. I remember like him asking like, "Hey, dude, like, what do you think?" And I was like, "This gun's dangerous, bro." He's like, yeah. I was like, dude, I'm already looking at which one of you I'm going to shoot first. Like, I just want to I want to shoot you with this
That's
thing.
awesome.
Like, no way you can let me have this gun.
Yeah.
No, I'm just like,
Dude, it just feels so good. And you got big hands
fuck.
too. You got big hands, and it's got a nice like taper to the grip.
It's great. So we got you got a concealed Staccato. I've got a concealed Staccato, and I've got the Staccato P. But dude, it's the best gun made.
Dude, yeah.
It is. You know, like with 9, I know they're like subsonic, and I'm still a fan of like 45 caliber bullets. But I will say, technology with what 9mm do nowadays, and being able to carry 20-something rounds in a clip, like,
It's dope.
and just being able to put a lot of rounds down range, there's just something cool about that. And
Oh,
I
yeah.
also love that they make it compact because I'm a big fan from a tactical standpoint of whatever my primary weapon is, I want my concealed to carry the same.
Yep.
And the staccato conceals that we have can take the same magazines as your full size staccato, right? Like
Yeah.
it'll stick down a little bit, it's a little bit longer, but it'll still feed. And there's something about being tactical with your weapons and having just ammo be universal
Mm-hmm.
across all
Yeah.
platforms as far as like your pistol and your concealed. There's something to be said about that.
Dude, and it doesn't feel like a compact.
No.
You know, like not at all.
Your pinky doesn't hang off. Like, your last two fingers don't
Mhm.
hang off the pistol grip for a conceal. Like your hand fits on it, but somehow they still made it. And like it's a little bit bigger than some that are. No, there's this whole race of like people trying to make the smallest concealed. That's fine. If you ever find yourself needing to use something, like you'll understand the balance of like, I want it to be concealed. I still need to, like the weapon still has to be applicable with how I need it.
Mhm.
I don't want to go, I just don't want to over index on like, look how easily I can hide it.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's yeah.
But if you have to shoot it, does
Yeah,
it shoot?
100%.
Can you shoot it? Like, 'cause
Yeah.
that's the main thing. You
Yeah.
know, like I'd rather walk around with open carry, letting everybody know I have a gun before I carry something so small I can't use it applicably.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This is a day in the life of Eli and Will.
This
when
is-
it's like
yeah.
it was man, probably a month or two ago when I was like coming over to do a podcast, and Will's like, "Hey man, come meet me down at the gun shop before we do the podcast."
Yeah.
And went down there, and he like got my opinion on like this gun and stuff. And hey, how's it feel? I'm like, why the fuck you my opinion on this gun?
Well, I was telling you, like, because you carried concealed, and I was like, hey, man,
Yeah.
like, I want a
he
new,
spun it.
I want a new
Yeah.
concealed, and like, yeah, and then we got you a
And then
staccato.
Will ends up buying two of them. Yeah, literally like
Yeah.
the most expensive, like best
They're
possible
amazing.
handgun you can.
One for
possibly
me,
buy.
one for you.
Yeah, it's cute.
Bad boys for life, bro.
Yeah.
But I bought one for myself, but I had a couple guns that are like brand new, sitting at the house for years, like COVID guns.
Yep,
Like
yep.
we were like doing it, like just what else? Let's go buy some guns we can't shoot right now, right? They're just
Yeah.
laying around, so it's like, no, man, let's repurpose it and get some concealed. It was
No.
super fun.
We got home and played with them like they were Barbies, like made them kiss and stuff. Like,
We fucking did not know. I'm gay and everything else I do, but fucking guns. Guns, I'm like, nope, I'm fucking, here's how this rolls, right? I'm
Yeah.
straight as an arrow when it comes to weapons. But
that's true.
no, man, they're fun. They're great guns.
Yep.
I'm glad, like the hoodie stuff. But and this is what's typically in our fucking, I know we don't share a lot about tactics. We get more into business and entrepreneurship. And I'm into that because not that I'm turning an old leaf or wearing my high school Letterman jacket if I'm talking about weapons or whatnot. It's just that, like, I'm not a huge hobbyist when it comes to weapons. Like, the first time I got around them, I never had guns growing up, right? You guys know that I didn't shoot a rifle or anything until boot camp. I didn't even shoot a pistol until I was inside the Marine Corps, going through a school that required it. And so I'm getting introduced to guns, not as toys, not as something we use for hunting and recreation and whatnot. Like, it was, here's this weapon. This is going to protect you and your brothers.
Mhm.
Know this fucking thing and be proficient with this fucking thing better than you've done anything ever in your life. And I kind of like that it was that. And I don't, man. I get a lot of invites to go shoot with friends or different things. And like, dude, we've probably been shooting twice in 7 years.
Mhm.
But I'll pop out by myself and go somewhere and not even tell anybody.
Yep.
Or there's times, man, I'll go lay behind rifles by myself with no bullets to just see like how long I can still focus on something or a certain process and just the romantic side of it for me. And it's just always been really, really
Yeah.
private or, like, yeah, let's go. Or, but like, hey, I just want to make sure that I'm still sharp,
Mhm.
and like, I haven't probably shot in like with people in what? I guess Shaw's
Some Shaws,
a year ago.
Yeah.
But we shot and I was still putting bullets inside of bullets. That's no problem.
Oh yeah.
Fuck around and find out.
That's right.
I'm
that's
just a
right.
soccer mom nowadays doing real
That's
estate. But you want to steal my milk in the parking lot, huh? You want to grab my groceries? Okay.
That's right. That's
All right. You're going to meet Staccato.
I know.
They're
I know.
fun.
Yeah. Super.
I love them, man. Got an event coming up. And by the way, if you guys have not figured this out today, we're just going to talk a little shit, talk about what we got going on. I've got one thought I want to share with you guys as well, but we've got an event coming up October 23rd here in Denver in Cherry Creek North for realtors. We're talking about how to bulletproof your business. So we've got some of the best talent in the country, literal, like #1 team in the world. Tina Hare, she's going to be coming. She's a team leader for that. She's going to be speaking. We've got some other folks that are speaking. Anywhere from like big production stuff like that we do all the way down to, like Belinda, who does home buyer classes.
Yeah.
And she does 10 to 12 deals a month, focusing on educating buyers through home buyer classes that are in person. So if you don't think those are a thing, or they were never a thing, or after COVID, they're just not a thing. Oh, they're a thing.
Mhm.
They're 10, 12 deals a month a thing.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So we're going to have her share and speak. But mainly what we want to do is just pull the curtain back on our business and other people's business and just share what you could be building as far as like in preparing yourself to just, whether it's a great market or not, just how do you bulletproof your business? Where do your different lanes of business come from?
Yep.
Most people have one. If you
They
want to
do.
be in the top 1%, here's what data says. All of your top 1% producers have at least 3 lanes of where business comes from.
Mhm.
So we're going to be talking about that concept. How are we creating more business? How are we creating something that's more consistent and sustainable and bulletproof versus most of you, which are just, hey, like, unfortunately, you're not the entrepreneur yet. You're self-employed. You've created a job for yourself and it might make a little money, which is good. But we're talking about really taking your real estate self-employment and turning this into a business.
Yep.
That's predictable and sustainable and gets you your time back and scales financially.
That's
where you wanna
right.
be.
That's right.
Right?
Yeah.
So
downtown
whether
Cherry
it's
Creek, downtown Denver.
October 23rd, 2 to 6, 2 to 4. No, what the hell am I saying? 2 to 6.
2 to 6. Yep.
But then 6 to 8
Yep.
is like a VIP after hours. Come pitch us your business idea. Maybe we'll invest in you, or come talk to us and ask questions. But the VIP from 6 to 8 on the rooftop at the Halcyon, and the events at the Halcyon.
Yeah.
Best
yeah.
hotel in Cherry Creek North. One of the best hotels in Denver, dude.
Yeah, it's
It's amazing. We've got it on lock. Happy to see you guys there.
That's right. And they have a party elevator.
They do.
They do have a party elevator. Yeah.
Why do we call it a party elevator?
That's what they called it. Remember all the neon lights and stuff
Oh.
that they have in there?
Yeah, but there was somebody in the elevator when they said that to us, and I was like, I thought they were referencing someone.
Yeah, no, he's like, that's what we call
Or
it.
maybe you and I were talking about drugs in the elevator.
That's exactly what it was.
And then
Yeah.
we just made this the party
I was
elevator.
like, man, I feel like you got to be on drugs in here.
Oh, that's right. Like with just how
Uh-huh.
it looked and everything in there. Yeah, we don't do drugs.
No, we don't.
It's just a
But
joke.
if we do, it's in an elevator.
It'd be a lot of uppers.
Yeah. Hey, I guess an elevator joke.
No
That's
downers.
nice.
And if you're going down, we're gonna come right back
That's funny.
up. Something that I've been like assessing for myself with, us getting busier with our channel, agents. We still want to throw events. We've been out of state for a lot in California, coming back to Denver to throw some events. Man, I'm really trying to get hyper focused even more than I already have been, and just aware of highest and best use of time.
Mm.
And then highest and best use people.
Yep.
And really just minimizing what I say yes to.
Mhm.
And if I can't say yes, not that it's disrespectful to anyone, like, hey, maybe you've got a great idea, or it's just, hey, it's not even maybe a no, it's just a not right now kind of thing.
Yep.
I'm really starting to become interested in people's response.
Mm.
I'm just seeing that more because like, if I can't do it, or if you're not doing something that you should be doing expectation wise on something I said I can do, and then you're just not being as committed as you should be with something, and I have to have a conversation with you, I really enjoy either way, whether they lean into it and they own their shit, or if I'm saying, that's if we're doing something. If we're not doing something and I got to say no, how they handle it. Like I'm getting really intrigued by like people's response, and it's like, man, saying no is so intriguing to me because of how much I figure out with someone. And I've like tested it for probably a year. We've talked about this before. I've been looking at it for about a year. Like, it's interesting because like, I don't mind coming back to something even a little bit later, or helping someone out a little bit later, just maybe not right now. And someone that's acted a certain way that I don't appreciate when I have to say no, if you end up helping them or going back, like, there's a pattern there
Oh, definitely.
of expectation. Like, I've kind of ran the process. It almost makes me want to tell everybody no from the start, no matter what it is,
Just to see what they're.
just to see that initial reaction, because
Yeah.
I've got like data in my brain about people that have handled it applicably. People have
Something-
handled it
yeah,
good.
good.
I don't know what fucking word that is. Stop
Yeah,
making,
you stumped me on that.
don't
one.
even let me
Yeah.
applicable, as in like, but
Sure,
that's not
yeah.
the right word for what I'm saying.
Amicable. I think amicable.
Amicable. Thank
yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
I was taking the applicable from earlier and
There we go. Yeah.
amicable,
Or
Thank you.
amicably. Yeah.
nicely,
Yeah.
positively,
Yeah,
whatever.
I like that.
Yeah, man. For the past year, I've just noticed a lot of things, and I'm like, fuck.
Mhm.
But here's the thing: you say yes, both like my case study of like, how I think you should respond and how people respond. The case study is if somebody's like wanting to do something together or collab, whatever it is, and you say yes, both respond positively.
Mm-hmm.
The good person,
Yep,
and the entitled person,
yep,
right? The taker,
yep.
But if you say no, takers respond differently than this nice person that I like.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's why it's like I almost just want to say no to shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and people have like, we've been in some big rooms where it was a not yet sort of scenario,
Mhm.
and what you and I do is, hey, we go and we execute on our own 100%.
In the meantime.
In the meantime, to get this up to a certain place,
Yeah.
to where it is now. Okay, now, man, thanks for saying that, because we actually weren't ready. Now we went and did this. Now we are ready, and now this yes is way more effective for us.
And if you're someone that's been reaching out or trying to source people to help, or partner or give up some ownership on what you're building, you might not need that ownership right now. Like you might need to just keep going and just keep getting back to work and just keep building what you're building until it gets to a certain phase. We've gone through that.
Yeah, completely.
I mean, shit, dude, we talked to Sal Frisella 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Great ideas, great things that we could do together. It just wasn't the right time. Now's probably a better time.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think we need it.
Yeah, totally.
And like he's the one that saw that coming of like, let's see where it grows. Let's see. And then, hey, once there is enough on the bone to get involved and have some owners, like, hey, let's talk about it. And if we ever retapped it, I'd be open to it. But it's built. But a lot of times people reach out and try to become like resourceful in lieu of having to like do things. They think by having somebody affiliated with their thing, that's somehow going to put them on.
There's some shortcut there.
I promise you it won't.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Dude, I had someone reach out to me. I mean, recently, and like there's just yeah, man. It's interesting. It's interesting when you say no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
It is.
Yeah.
And man, it's one of those things like when you just look at like saying no to, like, such a good practice by default, because like if we tie it back to like fitness, we use a lot of fitness analogies, people know, but like it's not so much like what you say yes to. Okay, yes, I'm going to do this diet or do this diet, but it's like what are you saying no to? Like in your non-negotiables, or just always no's. Like for me, one of my big things is like I don't drink calories. That's just a no.
Saying no, in that frame of reference, what you're talking about, you don't even need a diet. Just say no to like 3 things.
100%, bro.
And by the way, I'm not like above this, but no to like processed food, or no to sugar, or no to drinking any calories, right? Like that by itself, anytime like you go eat or wherever, it's like you're probably going to make pretty sound decisions. And it gets, and the reason why this is almost like a hack per se is like, if you're not trying to be a bodybuilder or get crazy and like really track your macros and count and weigh food out, whether you're eating out or you're buying some food for yourself at the house, whatever it may be, if you're saying no to a couple of things, by default, it's only really putting like reasonable things in front of you.
Yeah. Yep.
And the only other thing you could use with that is like, cool, so do that, and then just stop eating when you're 80% full. Mm-hmm. That whole Japanese thing, right? Stop eating when you're 80% full, and then just don't eat processed food, or don't eat this and don't drink this. It's like, cool. And then it's like, all right, so what can I eat? Well, a lot. But when you're trying to hit macros or this, and it gets so convoluted, like you can get so stuck in the weeds, you don't realize how simplistic it is.
Yeah.
Just everyday guy.
But it makes it so it's not even a decision for us. It's just, man, I don't drink calories. In business world, the equivalent to that, like a kick you and I've been on lately, is like we just say no to lunches, like coffee meetings, lunches. Buddy. We just don't do those. You know?
And I'm sure they're nice. I'm sure they're nice people. Somebody hit me up on Instagram and, hey, I'm a realtor too. Would love to connect. Yeah, cool. And I can't remember like in regards to what or whatever, but cool. I threw my number out there and I'm happy to help. And got a text, hey, Will, thanks for connecting. Wednesdays and Thursdays are my most free day. What part of town are you in? I'm like, well, I respond within 10 minutes. I'm in this area. Thursdays after 1 are just best. And not really sure what she wants to connect on, but she referenced that she knows a realtor that I know. So it's like, okay, she might be wanting to join our brokerage, like, let me just make sure I'm helping. Like when just put it out. And got here back 2 weeks later. 2 weeks, and it's not about real estate. It's about a company that they're founding, and it's for veterans, and it's built by a Marine. I know you're a Marine, and it's like, so I'm already like, I'm not off put, but I'm like, it's kind of a bait and switch, right? When it says like,
Totally.
Hi, Will, my apologies for the delay. I got way behind from traveling the week before. Anyways, it's anyway, by the way, not anyways.
Yep.
I would love to connect. As mentioned, I am a realtor too, but what I wanted to connect to you about is, and I don't want to go into like details here because I'm not trying to call anybody out, but it's a company founded by a Marine for veterans, et cetera, right? I'm already just like, man, like it's like you're not really, like, you're selling me something else now.
Yep.
And I just wish more transparency from the gate versus like you name dropping someone and we're realtors. Because now I think I'm helping a realtor. Like, man, that's the lane of focus I'm in right now. So no problem, right? And I said, all good. Feel free to send me, whatever details you'd like. And what she did offer was like, can we take you to lunch or happy hour? I'd love to share with you. Have a great day. And I, about this business thing.
Yep.
And I said, all good. Feel free to send me whatever details you'd like, and I'll definitely take a look into it. No need for lunch or anything like that. I'm pretty low key, and time gets so rare nowadays, but happy to take a look.
Mm-hmm.
No fucking response.
Yeah, jeez, bro, what the hell?
Yeah,
that's crazy.
No fucking response.
Yeah, actually, it's not crazy, but
and then like a week or two goes by, and then I have to do this. This is just me. Appreciate that you've reached out. I just feel like the communication has been choppy since you introduced yourself. I was happy to help and or dive in and see what you have. I'm more so just concerned with the level of communication.
Yep.
This comes with much love and respect for everything you are trying to build, especially when it comes to veterans. However, I'll just have to pass on anything moving forward. Best of luck. As in, it's expired. Please don't send me this thing, because no matter how awesome the thing is, I don't think you're going to operate it well. Like, if our level of communication is this weak, like I can't be affiliated with it or try to help with it, because if we're this bad out of the gate, and listen, I don't need to be important. Maybe you've got other opportunities, and I'm so okay with that. But if I don't send that text message, most people think like, well, dude, just that person didn't respond, just leave it. I can't, because some people don't know what they don't know.
Yep.
Well, everybody doesn't know what they don't know. Here's what's happened to me in the past before, when someone's like a buddy or someone's had an opportunity or wants me to like help with something, and I respond, and then they don't respond. Dude, a month later, hey, bro, sorry, I'm sending it right now. And now it's like, fuck.
Yeah,
I'm out.
Yep.
But now I can't be out because I didn't really say I was out. I just messaged, and then maybe they don't have the same level of communication standards that I do, and they don't see how I'm seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
So if I don't make it clear that it's like, hey, I'm sure you're busy, I'm sure you got stuff going on, I'm just a little concerned with communication, and it's hard for me to even look at something and even slightly think about partnering or helping or whatever it is that you want, for whatever reason why you want me to look at this thing, if we can't even communicate already, right? Cool. And then the person was like super cool, right? It was just, thanks for the feedback, super sorry for the choppy communication, appreciate your time. And I said, all good. I hope you guys crush, right? Like, super friendly, but just like setting boundaries.
Yep.
And it's like, dude, if I don't send that closure of like, hey, I'm just no longer interested, if I don't set that expectation up, I've gotten shit way late. I'm just like, and now I kind of feel bad. And how do I say no? Well, dude, it's been a month. It's like, oh, well, sorry, bro. I didn't know you were on a timeline to hear back from me. Like, we were just doing this. And it's like, well, fuck, dude, why'd you even reach out? Like, now I'm sitting here talking ideology on communications and efficiencies. And like, that's not even in your brain right now, because you're just like building something, probably reaching out to people way too soon. And I'm teaching some theology class, and you're not asking for that. Yep. That's unsolicited.
Yep.
Right? Like, and that's where I've grown, is like, I would give people unsolicited advice based off of me reacting to something. So now it's like, man, I don't want to give anybody unsolicited advice. This person that messaged me, I don't need to give them business advice. They're not asking for that. What I do need to do, though, is like, I just keep track of my text messages and my DMs. And when I come across it, I'm like, man, it's been a week. Like, this is choppy. Like, okay, I'm just going to politely tell them how I feel and just say, hey, so cool. So listen, moving forward, man, I just, I'm not interested, or I can't commit.
Yeah.
And that person responded really kind and cool. They'll be successful. I bet they're good people. But I don't want that door left open.
Yeah.
And then it comes back, and then I'm trying to explain why I got to say no now. Oh, hey, you took so long. It's like, well, what's wrong with that? You're right. It's subjective. That's just not how I like to communicate. That's not how I run business, right? So But now we're in this debate of
Yep.
subjective communication. I don't even want it. So guys, I know I'm like beating a dead horse on this, but that is so important for you to understand. Like if someone's like reaching out, or whether it's business stuff like this, or I'll give you another example everybody fucking goes through, okay? And we'll do one, we're just going to do one live on the podcast today. You got the friends that say like, oh, we should get together, and then you never get together.
Yep.
Okay, perfect example of like people like texting you or like, hey, old friend, or hey, whatever, you know, like, oh, hey, we should do something. It's like, yeah, we should. What day works best? And then they don't respond or something. It's like, that friend is like, you guys need to politely police your friend. Or next time they do that, just go, are you sure? Are we really going to hang out? Or do you just get the dopamine
Totally.
dump from texting me? Because
Yep.
I want to have engaging, productive friendships. And what I don't want to do is keep saying yes to your idea that you never follow up on. Let's just be text buddies. Let's just be pen pals.
Yeah, all good.
Tell them.
Yep.
Like, that's a common theme. I don't even know if I could fucking find this one. Maybe I could. Let's see. These fuckers. I can't get rid of these guys, by the way. It's been too long. Let's see.
Oh, no.
Let's see. Fuckers. One of them's my best friend from childhood.
Okay.
Can't get rid of him.
Yep.
The other one's my
Too late.
coach.
Too
My-
late.
the other
Yeah.
one's one of my a high school baseball coach. And he said, I'm just gonna throw him on blast. JC is one of my childhood friends. You've met
Okay.
JC.
Okay. Yep.
Mama Kelly's son.
Oh yeah, yeah.
From the pantry I slept in.
Yep.
That's her son. He says, well, Coach with it, he'd reach out like, and then like he just wouldn't hear, but then he's like, he gets us on a group thread, and he's like, JC, it's Withy and Grimes. We want it. That's, by the way, people that are close to me call me Grimes. JC, it's Withy and Grimes. We want to get together. Maybe we'll add Gratishar to the mix, another guy. And you know, JC's like, and Gratishar, shit, we might get arrested. We will get arrested. I said, haha. I can't say that. I'm not saying that on the air. Well, I said I still got buddies in the PD. It's
Okay.
something terrible,
Sure.
but that's not true. Your ass is getting arrested. You know, and then JC makes a handcuff joke. Cool. We're being fucking dudes on this thread. So I'm filtering. And then Coach is like, cool, I'll reach out to him. Cool. And I said, great, keep me posted. That was fucking 3 weeks ago. Then I get a sporadic, like, yes, sir, from Justin. Then Justin on this Monday, this is Friday, okay? Hey, so 3 weeks later, maybe 2 weeks, whatever. Hey, I have some free time on Friday to go, because I want to go golfing. To go golfing or Saturday afternoon. He sent that at Monday at 6:40 p.m. At 6:44, I reply.
Okay.
Saturdays are definitely best in my world. Coach responded the next day. All right. We have attorney this Saturday and it looks crappy, but next weekend, question mark. I said, whatever works, just keep me
Yep.
posted. These motherfuckers
Yep.
have still not committed and I'm like, this is the shit I'm talking about.
Yep. Totally.
Guys, let me, and this is fun. Listen, this is my high school coach, one of them, right? And one of my dear friends that's known me since I was fucking 9 years old.
Mhm.
I can't get rid of it. I love them.
Yeah,
And they wouldn't
yeah.
let me get rid of him anyway. They're like, oh yeah, you're being
Yeah,
being
yeah,
gay.
yeah,
Shut
yeah,
the fuck
yeah,
up, Grimes.
yeah.
Right? But here's the thing though. This fucking behavior, okay? Like, and maybe I'm neurotic, so forgive me if you guys are not on my side right now. That's okay. Just don't fucking text me. This fucking behavior, you guys bring to business.
It's terrible.
This fucking behavior
Yeah.
that you guys get away with in your leisure, like when everyone says like, oh, hey, work life, play life, work hard, play hard. Shut the fuck. Listen, there is no work-life balance. There is no work-life, personal life. No. In the context of how I'm going to explain it. You're you, motherfucker. You're you. Like, you're just you doing work. You're you beating your dick, and you're you going to the park, and you're you texting your fucking friends, and you're you being a fucking dad or a mom, whatever, right? Like, you're just you, dude.
Yep.
You're you. Stop like dividing it up and just go, cool. The better vehicle I am, the better I'm going to be in all aspects. 100%. Okay. We can get into over-indexing and work stuff and neglecting your kids and go see a counselor. It's not hard to not neglect your kids. Like, I feel like I've got a pretty good internal compass on making sure my schedules and things are tight so I can see my family. That's for another day. The point is, you're you. This shit right here if you are not an entrepreneur, you work at a company. So when you're off, you're off. Like you show up at 9, you leave at 5. You get told what to do, whatever. Maybe you have different habits. But in the entrepreneur space, and when you're trying to network and do different things with people, listen, you can't communicate like this when you're looking for a resource or want to club. Hey, so-and-so. Hey, Tim, we should do a real estate event. I'm a lender. I'd love to educate some realtors. You've got a great reach as far as like realtors that you're training. I'd love to collab and do an event. Yeah, man, that sounds great. Appreciate you reaching out. Let me know what works best for you next week. Send me a couple dates and let's get together. And you don't respond.
Yep.
You don't respond for a week. Dude, I'm out. I'm already fucking out, especially if I'm not the one reaching out to you.
Yeah. Yep.
If you're reaching out to me.
Completely.
Right? I'm talking to Rich Sommers last night.
Yep.
Well, last night I called Eli and I go, hey, you want to hang out with the Yin Yang twins?
Correction. I called Will back. I called Will.
That's right.
And Will just answered. Doesn't even say hello. He goes, hey, you want to hang out with Bone Thugs and Harmony and the Yin Yang twins? I'm like,
yeah.
Well, hello, Will. Yes, I do.
Yeah. Right. I'm talking to, if you guys don't know who Rich Sommers is, he runs Sommers Capital and he's a fucking stud and he's just a great dude. Where is he at? I love reading text messages because then people go, oh, Will knows how to read. Oh, yeah, 100%. Let's see. Right here. Will, what's up, baby? Anytime someone like sends me baby, like, let's go, baby. Like you're playing flag football or something. I'm like, I just grin and I can't fucking wait to read the rest of the message.
Shit.
Rich says, Will, what's up, baby? Wanted to personally invite you to our black tie event December 12th. All big names in the RE space, real estate space, are going to be here. Plus the Yin Yang twins. That's so hard for me to say. Yin Yang twins and Bone Thugs and Harmony. We just announced this event. Like this is his private holiday party where he brings he's an investor. He does a lot of investment stuff, but he brings his top real estate buddies from around the country to network together, invest with him, et cetera, right? And I was like, and he's like saying these names. Here's my response as a friend, just so you guys know.
Yeah.
I said, my man, I'd just love to see you. The rest is cherry on top, buddy. He's like, let's go, Will. And I said, I'll get with the wife, aka Eli. I'll get with the wife and keep you posted. He's like, listen, this is all within minutes, okay? 6:41 to 6:55, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I said, hey, I'll get with the wife and I'll keep you posted. He says, sounds good, brother. Event is almost sold out. Just heads up. But would love to have the both of you. So he's like, hey, dude, this goes quick, but would love to have the both of you.
Yep.
He said that at 6:55. Okay. At 6:58, I said, just make me security if it sells out. Ha ha, comma. At 2 minutes later, sent a screenshot of me buying the 2 tickets.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? It's like I get hey, dude, we're friends. This is your private event. And by the way, they were $200. He's not making money on this event. Yep. He's probably covering some alcohol and some things like that. You got Yin Yang twins coming, Bone Thugs and Harmony. The facility. Did I show you?
No.
Oh, play it.
Yeah, shoot it over. Yeah.
Play it. Look at this. Let me just show you. Let me just tease you, Eli. Look at this fucking place.
Is that his house or that's this mansion they're renting or something?
This is like the Taj Mahal.
Yeah, is it? Oh,
yeah, this is amazing, right? It's just amazing. Like they're also giving away a Range Rover Sport. Hey. Right, watch you win it. I'm gonna be so fucking pissed. I'm like, bro, we get fucking joint custody of that SUV, right? Yeah. But really cool stuff. And when I look at it, you and I have thrown events before. We get it. We know what people cost. We know what things cost. We know what food, beverage, certain things cost. And then when you look at the price for it is like $200. When I saw that, first and foremost, your friends are always okay to throw down to cover something. So personal event, a lot of us invest with each other. I'm not offended that it costs any money.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Friends are happy to just cover. And that's probably what he's doing it for is like, hey, all right, cool. Everyone come and can help cover this.
Yep.
But we've done enough events and we've been around enough people like Ryan Pineda, good buddy of ours. He's our, we do a lot of stuff with him. I hear a lot behind the scenes of just what it costs him to run ads, events, different stuff. Now, this is just a private party, but I know what shit costs. When I see the ticket at $200, I was like,
yeah, nothing.
Oh, this is for his friends.
Yep, totally.
Because he ain't fucking making a dime on this thing. We're all probably going to cover alcohol.
Yep.
Right? Because if you have 100 people at that price, you're looking at $25,000.
Dude, it could have been $2,500 and still wouldn't have been offensive or anything like that.
At all. Because it's contributing to what's going on.
Totally.
It was like, oh, Obviously, money's going to be made at that place because people are going to want to sit down and invest and do different stuff. That's just his way of giving back to his community that already is like investing with him, right?
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at is like, guys, I didn't see the price first. It was like 2 minutes later when he's like, hey, just FYI, this thing sells out quick every year, but would love to have you both.
Yep.
I don't need to hear anything else from a friend.
Yep.
Hey, dude, I got it. And if something pops up, I'll give the tickets to somebody else. They'll get used, all good. But it's like, hey, man, you reached out. This is for your close buddies within your networking group, within real estate. I'm in. Done.
Yep.
3 minutes, dude.
Yep.
But you got people that can't respond after 2 fucking weeks and they want something from you. It's like, man. And I'm not saying it's bad people, dude. I'm not saying taker from, maybe it's not even takers. You know what? Taker's malicious.
Sure.
Let's dive into this and then we'll get out of here for the day. I'm sure you guys are over me talking shit. You got reckless driving.
Okay.
And you got careless driving.
Yep.
Reckless driving is you know what you're doing, you know the danger you're causing, and you do it anyway.
Yeah.
Street racing,
Yep.
hauling ass to fucking work, racing to your ex's house, like whatever crazy shit you want to do, that's reckless. It's like, hey man, you are super aware.
Yeah.
And you're doing it anyway.
Yep.
Careless driving is like, somebody's calling you or texting you, so you're looking at your phone, or your kid dropped something in the back seat, so you're wanting to grab that, and you're not necessarily aware of like the harm you could cause or what you're doing.
Yep.
You're being complacent. You're being careless. I kind of dissect that, or I kind of like digest that into like takers are reckless drivers.
Mm-hmm.
Takers are like a little bit more malicious, and they know what they're doing, and they're going to do it, and they're going to figure out whatever they can get from that. That's reckless driving. Then there's these like wanters. Maybe they're not trying to take anything from you, but they want something from you. They want help. They want attention. They want a partner. Like they want something. They're not necessarily like in the mindset or prepared business wise to really handle it. And it's just more careless and complacent than a taker. So maybe it's more like a wanter.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But either way, guys, both cause crashes, right? So like you just have to like tread lightly and but again, I think my biggest improvement was not trying to unsolicit advice to that person to try to fix them. Because 1, it's just subjective to how I want to run my network and my business.
Yep.
2, they didn't ask for it. 3, they might not even be in the right state of mind to hear whatever good lesson you're trying to give them.
Mm-hmm.
They're not asking for it, right? They're asking for this, which means, hey, Will, don't go down this thing over here and try to help because they didn't ask for it. Just if you're not good with it, maybe just explain why.
Yeah, I like
and
that.
wish them the best of luck. And it gets great responses. It makes me feel good about handling it appropriately. It also just gets it off of my mental mental plate.
Totally.
Right?
Well, and I think also worth noting before we wrap up, man, is that the most effective communicators, the people that communicate the way that you just ran through with those text messages, they're the busiest people on the planet.
Yep.
Right. Like extremely busy. Kids, families, massive businesses, multiple employees, like a lot of people rely on these guys and not just guys, but women, just high performance people in general. And it just completely eliminates the excuse for, I'm busy or I got caught up.
And listen, that's also not how you feel. Mm-hmm. Or are you talking about like the wanter?
Man, just like, just any of them, just poor communication of like, hey, like the busiest people also are like the best communicators most often.
There was this video I was watching on Tom Brady, and they were talking about like coaches, teammates, and then like commentators, but maybe they were partnering on something. Every single one of them said like they were astonished at how well Tom Brady replied and communicated with them via text.
Yep.
And I'm like, cool. Like you got to be fucking Tom Brady to do that. Like I feel like I'm one of the best I know at it of just replying and getting back to people in a timely manner. And yeah, cool.
Yeah. But also respecting boundaries. Like I think you found a really good balance of like, man, if someone's messaging you and it's not an emergency and it's 10 o'clock at night, okay, like having that balance of like, okay, do I need to, because sometimes it's like training those people to send you shit.
Yeah, Kurt was the first one to really teach me that because I was helping him build Fit Republic, right? He was the owner. I was his director of operations. And I was talking one time about like people just hit me up so late at night with their fucking questions, and he's like, "Will, nobody reaches out to me," and I'm like, "No." He's like, "I'm not getting any of the texts or calls that you get." He goes, "You know why that is?" And I go, "No, because I'm fucking number 2. I'm your little whore. What?" And he's like, "I got him in the beginning, and I stopped responding."
Yep.
and I would respond the next day at 9 a.m.
Yep.
When I had time on my calendar. I would handle emails and handle any text messages from the night prior that came in after 8 o'clock. He was cool with 8 o'clock.
Yep.
You hit him up after 8 o'clock. You're not getting it the next morning at 9 a.m. when he's looking at emails and text messages. He goes through it. He's like, dude, I just had to teach people how to do that.
Totally.
It's a combination of that. It's also a combination of who do you need to teach? Because Kurt was talking about people that were owners of franchises or managers of those stores. He wasn't talking about people that had a business idea or wanted to do a Fit Republic with us and then just stop talking to us for 2 weeks. No,
Right.
you're fucking out. He's not going to do shit with you.
Yep.
It's hard. Dude, it's hard. Even when you're great, it's hard. Business is hard, even when you're great at it, right?
Yeah, period.
When people are there out of the gate, it's like, dude, it's no disrespect, man. It's like, you probably don't know how hard this fucking is. And if you're there already, man, I wish you just reached out to me 12 months from now when you're actually prepared.
Yep.
You know? I
Yep.
don't know.
Yep.
Anywho,
I like it.
happy Friday. I'm
Words of
stoked.
wisdom. Happy Friday.
Yeah, man. It's going to be fun. Yeah. Things are great.
Yeah, we're gonna head downtown, do some
Cherry Creek
final
North.
touches on Cherry Creek. Yeah.
Yeah. It's
Get
like
ready
the
for next
Beverly
week.
Hills of Colorado.
Yep.
It's not a black and white tie, though. We're doing that for Rich. We don't do that. Speaking of messages, right?
That's right. That's
This is
right.
probably our next meeting. Yep. Yeah, we're good for 1:30. We're gonna head out of here right now. He's just
Beautiful.
got about. We got a 30-minute window with him.
Beautiful.
Cool.
All right.
Well, day $1.0. We're out of here. We will hear from you guys. We'll see you guys next week.
All right. See you guys
Later.
Little whiskey on the tongue and some long cut. I'ma slip it on down and turn it up. Southbound and we're trailblazing, yeah, but and a posse dirty, filthy like a spit cut. Dropping bombs at the gate, bringing big guns. Raw records be the steak, we the A1. Speak up and we know where we came from. Welcome to the posse, let me hear you yell long.